1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon, or morning, or evening, depending on where you are on the planet Earth. I am Bruce Leonard, of course. It is Friday, August the 21st. Thank you for tuning in to another hour of Bruce Leonard Leans Left. Well, it's still legal. Still legal today. We did it again on the show. I say this a lot. People watch a lot of shows, and I see a lot of shows on the internet, and usually they're old takes about shit that's happened, and they're completely wrong. But somehow they have hundreds of thousands or millions of viewers. And on this show, I say things and they happen. And you're one of the few tiny hundreds of people who watch this show who are privy to this information. Remember, I can't remember if it was the last episode or 2 episodes ago when I told you that I think it was the last episode when I told you that the reason why they couldn't resupply the Lincoln was because there's a base in Bahrain where that's where they resupply these ships. Well, that base was completely destroyed by Iran. What's up, crying team? Thanks for coming back. That base was completely destroyed by Iran, which is why they couldn't. And all the other bases in the Gulf, they'd have to either go through the Strait of Hormuz, or they're also within range of Iranian missiles or drones. So they decided they had to go all the way to the South India Sea, which is hundreds of miles away, 3 times longer, to get supplies. So that's why the supply chain got fucked up for the ships. But anyway, remember, I told you this on the last episode, which was 2 days ago. And just today, they had that story on TV. So once again, on this show, we predicted the future. Well, we didn't predict the future, but we told you the analysis here was 2 days ahead of the New York Times. Yet only hundreds of people watch this show. But there's a million people watching Jillian Michaels fucking bloviate about about what she thinks is going on in Iran. It's like, and I was talking to these people online, and I'm not going to do it anymore. These people online are lost. They're hopelessly lost. Like they're more absorbed by this mythical, fantastical Islamic / trans takeover of American culture or whatever, to even think about the $40 trillion. Like, there's many more pressing problems that are looming in this fucking country. The debt just passed $40 trillion. The debt is higher than the GDP. And they know it's a problem because Scott Besser was talking about, well, we're going to buy back some bonds, or whatever. And he tried to stabilize the bond market, and the price did go down for a minute, but now it's going back up again. And because we're fucking in trouble. It's like, there are way bigger problems to be worried about than is some trans person maybe one day going to grow up and play the NBA, or WNBA. Yet this is what people are talking about. And meanwhile, like I said, everything is bad. I mean, if you're a Trumper and you're watching this show and you can tell me what's good, like, what can I eat? Have you seen the list of recalled foods? It's fucking everything. The diarrhea lettuce and the frozen blueberries and the fucking, now you can't eat it's jalapeno peppers with the cottage cheese, yogurt, like almost, it's like hundreds of things recalled. Everything is. Crying Teen says, could Madonna be to the Democrats what Trump is to the Republicans? No, but that's what's wrong. Don't you see that, Crying Teen? That's what's wrong. Don't you? Where's a real person? We need a real person, an intellectual, a real person to take back charge of everything and try to put it back in order. Because it is fucked from the top down. It's like all the way down to your daily life. I was talking about this the other day. Like, just go anywhere. Go anywhere. It doesn't work right, does it? You're in line too fucking long. They fuck up your orders. The simplest shit. All from the, I said, from the President of the United States all the way down to the fucking McDonald's cashier. This country is fucked. Because it's filled with fucking idiots who all have strong opinions about, one, things that don't even matter to them in their life, really, because they're brainwashed by the fucking internet, and two, things they don't even fucking know anything about. This guy today was still going on about how they sex change little kids, and I'm like, they don't do that. We've been over this on this show hundreds of times. You can't have a sex change until you go through puberty. Or otherwise, it's fucking pointless. That's like, this is simple science, and yet, I didn't go to college. I went to high school. My science biology experience is high school biology. But I learned enough in high school biology because if you actually read the fucking books, you can learn shit. I learned enough biology to know things. And it's a simple, like I said, with that high school biology education, I can tell you the sex change operation does not work if you do it before you go through puberty. Because like I said, when you go through puberty, your body's going to be trying to change you back. It's a simple equation. It's bullshit. It's not real. Yet these people are fixated by that. And I said, meanwhile, we're really rolling down. There's a war going on that we're losing. And there's $40 trillion in debt. Trump's burning up more. Trump's out. There's $40 trillion in debt. The jobs are going down, not up. And he's out there talking about how he's putting gold on everything and building a helipad, but $1 billion fucking ballroom. And Crime Team says, in any case, Madonna is better than Kamala or Hillary. Are they? Now, you might hate Hillary Clinton, but she's a fucking seasoned diplomatic professional. Which these people are clearly not. Well, I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like, we're fucked because we've chosen idiots to run and who's underneath them? The member of the LA mayor, Spencer Pratt. He makes cool AI videos. Yeah, really, but you're talking about running Los Angeles, one of the biggest cities in the fucking country. It has serious problems, that needs to be fucking addressed. And just because someone's famous doesn't mean they can do anything. That's my point about Jillian Michaels. She's a personal fucking trainer. Now she has a podcast where she's talking about politics and world events. And I keep waiting for you to tell somebody to take a lap. Because I don't know if anyone told you, but you're a fucking personal trainer. She's not an expert in world affairs. It's a reality TV host and a personal trainer. But these are the people that people listen to. Like I said, she's got way more viewers than me. Because this country is fucked. That's right. It's a reality TV show, WWE style fucking idiocracy and full-blown fucking, like I said, Trump this time when he went in there, he took the wrecking ball to the whole government. He fired everybody. And the repercussions of all that are just now being felt, like that's why all the food's fucked up, because they fired all the people at the fucking health department. We're talking about today, it's a mass exodus at the CIA. because of purges and people don't want to work for these people, so they offered them all early retirement, right? So they took their early retirement, but now they said they're making them wait sometimes 9 months to get a retirement check. And you're like, dude, these are people with the deepest secrets in their heads, and you're just gonna kick them out on the street, not give them their money. You don't think China or Russia sniffing around those people? Talking about, we got some money. They gave Benny Johnson $10 million. What do you think they give somebody who worked at the CIA? The FBI, same thing. So they purged all the experienced people, anybody that touched any of those cases. You know, if you work at the FBI or the Justice Department, you know, you don't decide what cases you get. They just assign you cases, and you work on them. But they fired anybody that touched any of those cases against Trump. And, you know, that's experience, years of fucking... All the lawyers, they don't have enough lawyers at the Justice Department, and all the good ones are gone, and now they're just hiring anybody straight out of law school who they ain't even been in a courtroom before. I swear to God. Trump appointed this guy state of attorney of Wyoming. He'd never been in a courtroom, but when he first went into the courtroom, he ran into the judge was like, "You never been in a fucking courtroom, have you?" Blue policies, all of our intelligence agencies are completely compromised by foreign intelligence. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Even more now. My point is, I don't think that there's any coming back from this. Like, we've already went off the cliff. And who's everybody's like now you got people like Stephen A. Smith. He's gonna run for president. Crying Dean says that's up the ante. Could Mickey Rourke be the new Trump? Why you go then? Let's go full on. Why not Gary Busey? President Busey. You want to talk about unpredictable? I just think I said it's the whole culture itself is off the rails, and there's no getting it back. You know, it's not like putting it back together. Like there's a blue policies. You know, everybody's in their little groups. It's all splintered off, and like I said, everybody's like, yeah, whenever anything. It's a reality show government. The problem is this, okay? These people are idiots. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? This weekend, the debt's at $40 trillion. Scott Bessent, if you know Scott Bessent, he's the Secretary of the Treasury, right? First, he's on, so on Sundays, he goes on all the Sunday shows. You know, they make their rounds, and he tries to defend what's going on. Say hi, Jack says, what about Johnny Depp? He seems like a nice, reasonable guy. Hey, Alvera, good evening. Thanks for coming back. Anyway, so Bessent, Treasury Secretary, he's on the Sunday shows. I swear to God, this is what he says. He says, well, the oil price went up today, and I don't understand that. He doesn't know why the oil price is going up. That's his words, not mine. I'm not even making it up. If you wanted me to, I could pull it up and play it for you, word for word. But that's not the craziest thing he said. So then the guy says, well, what about this jobs report? You know, negative jobs. You lost jobs. You didn't make jobs. And he goes, well, really, because of all the deportations, we don't have to make as many jobs. Okay, that's crazy in of itself. Okay, but then, listen, it gets crazier. Then he says, what about this $40 trillion? You know, the deficit just went to $40 trillion. So he's like, what do you think about that? And he's like, well, that's not a magic number, you know, 40 trillion. He goes, but, you know, we could grow our way out of this. Now, that's a crazy thing to say. But it's even crazier to say if you just said 5 seconds ago that you didn't have to make jobs because deportations. Now you explain to me how you're gonna grow out of something if you're not making jobs. Yes, Blue Apollo, that's what he said. We can grow our way out of this. But the GDP is also down. Yes, Javier. It's all lies and bullshit. All of it. And it's not going to last. That's what I'm saying. You got to hope that everything stays stable for another 2 years of people just completely ignoring reality and lying and bullshitting to you 24 hours a fucking day about every single thing. While also, on the other side, burning through and stealing as much money as they could possibly get their fucking hands on. And that ain't no shit. Scott Bessent, Blue Apollo, the Secretary of the Treasury. You know, the goofy looking dude with the glasses. He looks like a ventriloquist puppet. All these mega people are weird looking people, don't you agree? I mean, they're fucking weird, all of them. Name one of them that isn't fucking strange. Trump with his fucking orange spray tan and his fucking terrible hair and his diaper and shit. And like I said, Scott Bessent. J.D. Vance, the hipster Nazi, the most fucking, like I said, walking, vapid, fucking empty suit you've ever seen in your life. That little fucking nerdy, that little fucking, what's his name? Hassett, Kevin Hassett, that little fuck who he lies constantly all the time too. Javier says, I agree 100%. They're ignoring reality, stealing money. Government's no longer serving for the people. No, it's not. They're fucking criminals. But incompetent as well. Like they're not even good criminals. Blue Plus says they're all rhino neocons. I'm really fatigued. What? At that? They turned out to be just the same old fucking warmongering shitbags that the Republicans have always been. You guys really thought it was going to be different this time, didn't you? Trump's going to be different. Like, yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to be way worse. It's like... Say what you want to about George Bush and those guys. He was surrounded by serious people. Now, were they wrong? Yes, but I'm saying they were serious, experienced fucking people. But they were the same way. Like Rumsfeld thought that Iraq was going to be the same as fucking Trump thought Iran. Like, oh, we just roll right in there. We topple Saddam and fucking victory. And they did. But it wasn't victory, was it? It wasn't short and sweet. Fucking, oh, yeah, look how easy that was. It's like... You know that even though Venezuela, like they think they have this that Venezuela under control, but Venezuela could explode too. Like they've just created an unstable situation. You know, there's factions inside Venezuela. Avera said Trump promised so many things. People are very disappointed of him. Oh yeah, they should be. Blue Boss is up 22. I really only remember bits of Obama. Grew up under the Trump revolution. That's really all I know. That the Kool-Aid was hitting. Yeah. Yeah. And see, that's the problem, too, with the younger. That's why I'm talking about these people I was talking to on the internet. Listen, you talk to them, does it take very long to realize that their whole entire point of view, it's comes from a brainwash factory somewhere on the internet. You know, they don't really know about what they're talking about, like, deeply. They just see something on the internet. They did a meme or something. They go, "Wow, that's tough!" Like these people that say that because they passed a law that said a doctor could save a woman's life up until the time that she actually gives birth if it was necessary. Right-wing shitbags take that and go, "That means they want to abort a baby, like, as it's coming out." If you listen to them, you think that the woman has a baby and they just strangle it right there. That's how they make it sound. Because they're disingenuous shitbags. And the point of the law is to save women's lives. The only you understand is that women die when there's restrictions like this. When the doctor has to stop and go, well, should I save her life or shouldn't I? Like, she's dying on the table. You don't have time to think about that. Avira says it's a shame what your country is doing to Venezuela. In British news, they write America confiscated Venezuela gold worth $4 billion. Probably. Trump probably robbed everything they had. Well, that's probably where he got all that gold that he put inside the White House. Shiny Wizard says, how much of Kool-Aid you been drinking? What do you mean? I ain't drink no Kool-Aid. I told you I just watch what happens around me and I analyze it. Like I said, you're more than willing, Shiny Wizard, to sit here. I asked it earlier. No one was here who would do it. If you can tell me what's good about any of this, I'd like to hear it. And all this shit you talk about communism, did you hear this? Okay, this is what Trump did today. And he calls us communists. Blue Plows is a Christian. Life of the child takes priority, not a woman, but that's how I would see it. I would give my life for my child. Well, that's your choice to make. What if they said that there's a chance that the baby might not make it either? You got to decide. These aren't, like I was telling you, like I said before, you guys like to try to make everything to just black and white issues. It's not. There's lots of gray areas. There's lots of things that could happen. Avira said, does anyone in America actually want war with Iran? No, not according to the polls. Only the 30%. Hey, John, what's up? I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're doing okay. I should text you, but a lot of shit's been going on here. If you don't know, you don't know because I didn't tell you guys. My mom fell down, broke her fucking hip. So she's in the hospital right now. She had surgery 2 days ago. Anyway, it's so I've been going through a lot of shit here. Anyway, he calls us communists, but this is what he did today. Okay, listen. He says, today I concluded a deal to substantially lower the price of ground beef for working American families. Oh, good. So you can have hamburger helper. Woohoo! Winning. As everyone knows, under President Biden, beef prices soared at the fastest rate. American beef herd fell to its smallest size in modern history. As we work to rebuild this herd and help our ranchers for the next 90 days, the United States will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of product for ground beef to be imported with no out-of-quoted tariff. Now, here it comes. We have a commitment that this beef will be sold at 25% below market prices. This deal will reduce prices for Americans while giving space for our great American beef herd to grow again. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Now, when the government is controlling the prices of things, what do you call that? What do you call that, internet wizards, internet scholars? They're all out there. It's like you got opinions about everything else. You call other people communists. Well, what is that? Come on now. Don't all speak at once. I think you and I both know that's fucking communist. Not only that, the U.S. government now holds equity stakes in 30 private companies, up from 0 just a year ago. In some cases, the U.S. government is the largest shareholder. Since this is the core structure of communism, state control of the means of production, do you oppose the communist activities of the president? Blue Pot says, what about the government stores in New York, though? I could see that if you do. It's well as socialism if they're not making a profit. Which I don't think they are because they're subsidized by they said they were going to sell, not at, they're like 20% below market. But I mean, I guess it is communist. I mean, you want to say that. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what you call it. I'm trying to point out the disingenuous shitbag hypocrisy that the right always has. It's okay if they do it. If Trump does it, it's fine. Sphincter Christ says, how big of a role do you think the Chernobyl disaster played in the downfall of the Soviet Union? I think it was part of it when it was already happening, don't you think? Everything was breaking down in that already. It wasn't a viable system they had set up. And plus, you had all those people that still thought that they were fucking, independent in their hearts. A lot of those countries never, like Georgia, Ukraine, they never really felt like they were Russians. They're Georgians or Ukrainians, and they wanted their countries back. So I don't think it was ever going to make it, in the long term to begin with. And most of it was given or taken in war. David Vickers says, people are the biggest scum on the earth. I agree, 100%. You're not going to get me standing here to fucking... Avira says Absolute Zero had nothing to do with Chernobyl. Why? Like I said, I think it's more that Chernobyl is a symptom of that it was already coming apart. The systems, they didn't work. But see, Blue Bow, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this before, but I'm of the frame of mind that none of these systems work. Right? These people are still jumping and screaming about how great capitalism is, right? Because socialism is creeping up in popularity. But look, capitalism has got you this. $40 trillion in debt. And how many wars? You know what I mean? Like it's not a sustainable system either. Communism, the way it's been done, doesn't really work, does it? China's is the smartest because they have adapted, The Communist Party, the Chinese Communist Party is not the same Communist Party of like Chairman Mao. It's different. And now they've incorporated capitalist elements and all, so it's more like a hybrid. It's still communist to its core and under the name, but it's not 100% communist the way they run it. They have billionaires now, they have oligarchs, That's like Avira says Novorossiysk was given to Ukraine, so now Russia just taking it back. Yeah. The Crimea or whatever you want. That was like the main disputed area. And then Putin was like, well, why not try to take the whole thing? Trump would tell you, remember when Trump said the other day that North Korea has been totally respectful the entire time, as long as Donald Trump is president, he said. That's what he said. That was his exact words. As long as Donald Trump is president, North Korea, that Kim Jong-un, he's respectful. It's good. And what did he do? He shot a missile at Japan. Like just yesterday. As soon as that aircraft carrier pulled out of the South China Sea, Kim Jong-un started shooting Japan missiles over Japan. Because he's respectful, I've been saying this before. I don't think you realize just how bad the situation is. It's bad. It's way worse than you could ever even thought. And especially since Trump is pissed off, everybody who was ever our friend. Who hasn't Trump shit on? Besides Putin. And Z. That's what he shit on Z. He tried to shit on Kim Jong-un for a second, right? Remember he called him Little Rocket Man and shit. But then when he met him, then after that, he's like, oh, man, I'm tight. Well, he doesn't understand. Yes, Avira. That's what I'm saying. He's also, I said that the other day. He sent those troops to fucking Ukraine. He murdered that kid that took the poster. People haven't brought that up. Remember? I remember. He was a kid from America. He was from here, actually, Cincinnati. Their school, for whatever reason, went on a trip to North Korea. I swear. But while he was there, he took a poster off the wall in a subway station or something. One of the propaganda posters. I guess he was going to try to sneak it home as a souvenir. And they arrested him. He was in a North Korean prison for like a couple of years where they beat the fuck out of him and tortured him. Who knows? No one knows what they did to him. But then they said, oh, yeah, he'll give him. You can have him back. And they gave him back, but he was brain dead. He flew back to here, Cincinnati, and he was dead within a week. So he murdered him. And Trump says, this guy's a good guy. Blue Boss says, I thought you lived in Kentucky. Did I explain that to you? You could drive. I could get in my car. I could drive down. It's at 1 mile maybe. And I cross a bridge. And I'm in Ohio. I'm in downtown Cincinnati. So technically I do live in Kentucky. But they said all that separates me from the city is a bridge in 1 mile. I live like I said, in the whatever you call that part of it's not downtown, but it's still part of the city. John says, literally, we are teetering on the edge of literal Armageddon, and not that biblical stuff either. Like for real, millions and millions of people dying. No, I agree, 100%. Sphincter of Christ says, when do you think I'll get that $2,000 Doge check? I'm still waiting. Remember that? We ain't got enough money for that, but because we're building a ballroom. and a fucking. Well, no, Vera, you wouldn't like to be in a North Korean prison. I told you, he came out brain dead. They probably beat him to hell with some batons or something in the head and fucking scrambled his brain. Like I said, they tortured him, obviously. Grim Gnome says he never promised a Doge check. He never promised it, but he dangled it out there a bunch of times. Come on. Don't act like they didn't. Turns out there wasn't any money to give. They didn't even save that much money. And the money they blown on the other end, even if they did save it, is. Here's Trump, June 2023. We're going to pay off the debt. June 2023. We're going to reduce the hell out of the debt. July 2023. Pay off debt. Pay off a lot of debt. November 2023. We're going to pay it off and get it done fast. July 2024. We'll start paying on that debt. September 24. Now we're going to work on the national debt. Yeah, you're going to work on blowing it up to $40 trillion. That's before they give you the $1.5 trillion that they're asking for the fucking military. Where are you going to get that money? The Grim Gnome says, he said he thought about it and it was never promised. Only idiot Democrats think that would be considered a promise. The very fact, Grim Gnome, that you're sitting here trying to convince me that Donald Trump tells you the truth about anything. I just read to you all these things. Like we obliterated the nuclear program, but we gotta go in again because they can never have a nuclear weapon. Well, they're gonna make one with their obliterated program. Well, no, I laugh all the time, bro. No, I concede your point that technically that's not a promise, but I'm saying What are you talking about? Yeah, exactly, John. I'm sorry, I laugh at stupid people sometimes. Maybe you can answer the question that I was asking earlier. If you can tell me anything that's good right now, I'm willing to listen. You're still digging that hole. Like, picking semantics to try to defend this dumb motherfucker. Jilly says, Grim Gnome thinks Trump is an honest president. Loses all credibility right there. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyone who tried to defend this guy at this point is clearly all in. Like I said, there's not a line he could cross. That's what this shit was killing me the other day when John Ossoff just mentioned that girl's name. He didn't even say anything except her name. He said, oh, Trump likes to travel on that jet with Natalie. And that's all he said. And they're like, oh, no, he can't do that. He can't say that. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Trump called a woman a pig. Right on TV. Nobody fucking cared. I told you I concede your point. I just thought it's a dumbass petty point, and only a nutlicker who's trying to defend Trump would even bring that up. That was my point. Now you said, increased child tax credits. Trump investments accounts for newborns. Now I don't, like I said, I don't hate that. The newborn thing, I don't hate that idea. It's not a bad idea. Depreciation on business vehicles. Are you fucking kidding me? You had to go to depreciation on business vehicles. That's how deep into the hole you had to get to come up with. Well, that's a good idea. Sorting through the barrel of shit ideas and all the fucking shit that he is. It's not fake propaganda, bro. What are you talking about? He said that a bunch of times. Now, did he say the word promise? Grim Gnome says he reclassified how that is done, and it affects me personally. Right! That's all you guys care about. Does it affect you personally? Fuck everybody else, and that's the problem with you guys. It's like, don't you see you can't run a society this way? I mean, you can, but everything's going to fall apart as you just look around you. Like, you know, okay. So I'll start listing you off all the things that are wrong. How's that? It'd be a lot easier and faster to do that than for you to dig through the fucking bottom of the barrel to find, business depreciation vehicles. Blue Pop says, no tax on tips and overtime is pretty nice, but that's a baseline. Anyways, something we should have always had. So I can't even credit him for that. Well, yeah. No, that there was a time when no one taxed tips. For years and years and years and years. That was a relatively new thing. I think that was George Bush who put that in. Or maybe it was Bill Clinton, maybe. Who, I don't remember exactly. It was around that time. It was either Bush or Clinton that started taxing tips. Jilly says, no, Trump promised sending taxpayers $5,000 Doge dividend funded by a share of Doge's supposed savings. But like every other promise, he never delivered. And then Grim Gnome says, Jilly incorrect. He never promised Doge checks. Stop getting your news to Facebook. No, but he did say it a bunch of times. He implied it. How's that? I told you earlier I concede your point that maybe he didn't say, I promise I'll do this. But he dangled it out there like a carrot for everybody. And everybody was like, yeah! It's another thing. You can find clips of people talking about it. There's so many terrible wrong takes that are still out there on the internet of shit that people said, oh, Trump's going to do this. Trump's not going to do that. Of course, Trump did all of it. Or didn't do all of it, or whatever. Whatever he told you he would do, he didn't do. Whatever he said he wouldn't do, he has done. The Grim Gnome says, when I say I vote for mass deportation, people cry and ask how that affects me. I give reasons why I vote that affects me, and you all cry. So I didn't cry about it. You want mass deportations and you want shit for you. That's what you want? I get it. The mega mind is very simple. You're like, I just get all these immigrants out. Okay, let me ask you this. Grim Gnome. How are we going to grow our way out of this fucking $40 trillion deficit if you won't let anybody come in here? And they said that the birth rate is down. Well, so what are you going to do? What job market, Blue Apollo? The job market is shrinking. It's not growing. That's the fucking point. Nothing is good. Except for, you could do business depreciation on vehicles. Apparently that's pretty good for him. Doesn't help many other people, though. I mean, I suppose there's people out there that helps. I mean, like I said, and I'm not even saying that it's a bad thing. I love how you think that by getting rid of all these people, it's just going to magically solve all the problems. And they're not the fucking problem, bro. The problem is the system itself. And you get all those people out, you still got the same system. They're not going to raise the fucking wages on those jobs. You think they're magically going to raise the wages, bro? Why do you think? Jarhead keeps coming back. Jarhead hates me, but yet he still keeps coming back. I like that. I told you I admire your fortitude. You must be a masochist. But anyway, I like how you think that if they just get them right or get the immigrants out of there. Well, I told you this question before. Where do you think all these people are coming from, bro? What do you think? I'm not a parasite. I fucking work, bro. When I was in Vegas, I had 5 jobs. Don't ever fucking call me a parasite. I'd never taken a government dollar in my fucking life. Well, I mean, when I was growing up, I grew up on Section 8, food stamps and shit, but that was my mom. That wasn't me. Since I've been 18 years old, I've worked and I've taken care of my fucking self. So don't call me whatever. What are you talking about, straw man shit? I'm asking you a question. Where do you think these people come from? You think they just magically fucking appear? Like, no, you blew up their fucking countries. And the rest of them are becoming too hot to fucking live in. And they're going to move. And where are they going to go? They're going to go that they can fucking do something. Blue Pot says it's not that I necessarily want them out. It's that I want us, Americans, in those jobs. We're hiring elite human capital instead of creating it. Well, I told you it's a systematic problem. You can't fucking gut the fucking education system in this country and go after the universities like Trump is and try to make them all fucking into brainwash factories for conservatives and then pretend trying to make them read the Bible in school instead of actually learning some fucking shit and then pretend like you're surprised. But the average American reads at a 6th grade level. You're telling me, oh, yeah, we're not creating it. Yeah, it's a systematic problem, bro. It's a problem with the schools and the education. Believe it or not, this is absolutely true, and I was surprised when I heard it. But was it Arkansas or Mississippi? They changed some shit, like how they start teaching these kids how to read. And they went from like the bottom of the list to almost top 10. in like just a few years because they realized that what they were doing didn't work. Julie says, you want to know how flawed America's education system is? Exhibit A, the grim gnome. Yeah, exactly. Julie says, any basic research would tell you wage stagnation is driven more by policy issues, unions, minimum wage, rather than immigration. Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. That's what these bootlickers don't get is your wages in general came from fighting. The Blue Apollo acts like, oh, if he thinks that they could get the fucking, that's not true. See, that's the right way to, the brainwashing factories for liberals. Turns out the more books you read, the more aware you become of the world around you. The more sympathetic you might be to the plight of others. It's just like before, like I said, like where these Central American immigrants come from that were coming across the border, right? Like most conservatives, you probably don't know this either because you're young, because you've never even heard of United Fruit, probably. But in the 1950s, United Fruit wanted to grow bananas in Central America. So when we sent the CIA down there, we fucking overthrew all these governments and put in, even if the communist dictator didn't matter as long as he was going to let United Fruit grow their fucking bananas. And so we destabilized all those countries and they became destabilized. And over the decades, this became worse and worse, or they had strongmen. And so people there wanted to get the fuck out of there. And that's why they came up through Central America and tried to come into America. It's a problem that we created ourselves. Instead of working with these countries, we try to dominate them. And that's what Trump's trying to go back to now with this blockade of Cuba and all this fucking shit. Put the boot on them the way it used to be. Blue Paw says, well, you just said he's trying. No, the problem is. What do you mean by that? See, I don't understand that. No, what they want is for them not to teach like slavery and shit. For them to wash away all the horrible things that have happened in this country and pretend like it was all fucking roses and that this is the greatest country on earth. You know, the propaganda that they always tell you about this country. And if you talk about it, they go, look at brainwashed liberal shit. You know, it's like, but that's not it. Just look at the Smithsonian, what he's trying to do. You go in there and take out all the slavery exhibitions. But there's a woke museum. It's like, no, they're telling you what happened, you know, but they don't want to talk about that. They want to act like it didn't happen. They want to wipe it clean, you know. Like I'm sure Germany would like to do about fucking Hitler and all that if they could. Let's pretend that never happened. No, the reason why we're here today is because we never really solved the Civil War. We never really worked, like I said, systematically to work out the problems. We just put a Band-Aid over the gaping wound. Blue Paw says, I don't think anyone's trying to do that. What do you mean anyone's trying to do that? They went in George Washington's house and took the slavery exhibits out in the middle of the night. What do you mean they're not fucking trying to do that? They tried to tell the Smithsonian they'd take out fucking shit inside. It's a fact that we've been made the bad guy in our own tale, so to certain bad actors. What do you mean by that? Do you know the history of this country, Blue Apollo? We ain't the good guy. Now we won. Right? Obviously, we control in the end, we control the country. But the way they did it, not cool, bro. You know how many fucking treaties they fucking burned with the Native Americans? You know how many treaties they made and then just shit all over them? They gave the Black Hills to the Sioux. You know that, right? That was their sacred ground. They gave it to them with a treaty. Then they found gold there. Then it was, well, I know we said you could have this, but we didn't know it was gold. It's like, so they fucking took it. That mountain that the Mount Rushmore is carved on, you know that's a sacred Sioux monument. To cut that mountain was like if you went to the Temple Mount in fucking Jerusalem and fucking just started bulldozing it. It's fucking disrespectful. And then you're acting like, oh, we're the good guys. Many times the army rode into villages, just slaughtered women and children. You pretend like you're the good guy. They had people enslaved for 200 fucking years. It's not a good tale. It's like, I don't know what you want to hear. Blue Power says, we won against the Nazis and now we're made out to be the Nazis of the world. Does that not make you sad at all? It's deeply humiliating. No, it was far from. What do you mean? You're part of the fucking element that brought this to life. Do you not even understand that? Do you not get that? You said yourself you drank the Kool-Aid. You know you did. It's like Joe Walsh. You know Joe Walsh? Like, he used to be a mega guy, and now he left the Republican Party, became a Democrat. But I'm always like, you can't take away the fact that you helped this happen. He was an active participant in licking Trump's balls and putting him up there on that pedestal to make people vote for him. You see Michael Cohen? Did you see that? Blue Apollo? Did you see that? You good luck trying to kill me. For anybody. My mom will tell you, my mom found out, broke her hip. She fucking wouldn't let me take her to the hospital. She fucking laid on the couch for 2 days. I was arguing with her. And then finally I told her, I'm not fucking talking to you anymore. In the morning, I'm calling an ambulance, take you to the fucking hospital. So I just took her there. Sure enough, her fucking hip's broken. She's 74. She's like I said, she's one of the toughest people I fucking know. My dad's the same way. And my uncle, he said he got AIDS and lived. All the people that he knew and loved, they all died. He lived and he partied his ass off. I said, fucking whole time. And he lived to be like fucking 80 something. It's like, we're hard to kill. Sorry. Thank you, Blue Polly says, I hope that my mom recovers well and quick. Blue Polly says, I put in a good word for you. No, I wanted to tell you this story because this is true. Right? Last Saturday it was. I didn't have to work. I mean, I got off work. I didn't have to work. There's a festival going on, a seafood festival down in Newport. And I hadn't eaten. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to go down to the seafood festival and get something to eat, like alone, by myself. Right? I go down there. I'm walking around. Like, what am I going to get to eat? I don't know, And then I go, well, I'll get this place, right? They had a wide variety for a festival. They had a wide variety of shit. So I was like, I'll get this. I get in line, right? There's two black chicks in front of me. I'm standing there, and the two black chicks are, they're carrying on like black chicks do. They're saying funny shit, and I was laughing, and the one girl turns like, oh look, he's laughing. It's like, well, y'all are funny, We just start talking, and then the girl's like, oh yeah, you want an edible? She just opens her purse, pulls out a pack of gummies, like, oh yeah, here you go. I took one of them earlier. It's 10 milligrams. Here you go. She gives it to me, and I'm thinking to myself, see what I mean? It's not that difficult to get along with fucking people. I get along with everybody. I don't know how. No, I didn't. It's because a friend of theirs, she was calling a friend of hers, and then that was the thing. They were making fun about the way this guy walks. And I was laughing, and then she's like, look when he comes. She's like, look, he walks like Happy Feet. That's what she was saying. He walked like a penguin. So he came up. She's like, look, there he is. Don't he walk funny? Of course I was laughing. Because I had already eaten. I forgot to neglect to tell you this. I already smoked. I drank a beer, and I ate a gummy, and then I went down there. So I was already kind of, buzzed, and then she gave me another one. But my point being, you can't. No, I used to live in Las Vegas, but I had to move home. I live in Newport, Kentucky, right across the river from Cincinnati, Ohio. Blue Paul says, "Catch me sprinting away." See, but that's what I'm talking about. Why? John says Davey was a tough motherfucker for being a sweet guy. Well, you guys too, Dryden. You, John, you've been stabbed, shot, set on fire. My point is, I'm telling Blue Apollo is people in our family are hard to kill. We got fucking genes like you ever seen what was it, Snatch? And the Russian guy that wouldn't die. He just kept saying, "Motherfucker!" He shot him like 50 times. He's like, "Fuck you!" Like, that's how I am. Julie says Kentucky got a big comedy scene. Thought they had chicken fights for entertainment. Cockfighting, they call it. Horse racing, they like that around here. No, there's comedy in the Midwest. There is, but it's weird. It's not like the scenes are weird. Way more clicky. I find it way more clicky than when I went out west. It was way more just like, oh, it's an open mic. You just show up. Like, I mean, of course, people are friends with other people or whatever, but it wasn't nearly as feel like clicky, where it's like, oh, this group over here is these comics, and this group over here is these comics, and this group over here, Julie says, let me guess, they find Ron White funny there, don't they? Yes. Here, Julie, you'll like this. This is absolutely true, too. One time, when I was young, when I was first coming up and I was first starting to work in these clubs, right? I was working at the Comedy Caravan in Louisville, and I was doing some shit, I'm trying to remember the bit that I was doing. It's a bit fucking Blue Apollo might like this bit, where it's like, why do we have racism still in this country, right? It's because we're not allowed to talk about it, right? Because it gets real weird when you want to talk about it. It's like, especially if you're a white person, it gets really weird, because everyone's allowed to be proud of their race, they're like, I'm black and I'm proud, like Latino pride. It's like, if I say I'm white, not proud, I'm a fucking Nazi. Or a Klansman. And nobody likes Nazis, not even other white people. Like, you want to talk about a discriminated group. Put that on the job application, you will not get hired. But anyway, the point being, I did that bit. And this is Louisville, Kentucky. And afterwards, one of the women who runs the club, she says, "Come here for a minute. I want to talk to you." And I go over there, and she's like, man, I love you. She's like, and I wish that you would. I love it. Whatever you just say, whatever comes out of your fucked up, braid. I love it. She's like, but you're in Kentucky. She's like, I don't think everyone might understand what you're trying to say. Basically, she was telling me that my material was too deep for where I was at. Basically, I need to go somewhere else. Blue Boss is the same way of race mixing. A black family can tell your children they want them to bring home a black queen or king, which is acceptable. And as soon as I do that, I'm the Third Reich. What do you mean? We already had this conversation before. Is that people have these. I used to like Roseanne Gearjammer. She used to be funny, but somewhere along the line she went off the deep end. And if you've seen her lately, like she's not funny. And like this, she lost it. I don't know how, because she at one time she was great. But people have actually been oppressed there at Blue Apollo. They tend to be a little more close knit, and that's not true either. Because obviously you never had anybody in your family that brought out a black person that got disowned from the family or anything like that. We had that. Our families had gays disowned and race mixing. Of course, both were allowed back in after several years of banishment. Because they're not here. This is the narrative that you've bought into that's complete bullshit. You're not oppressed, bro, and you've never been. And anyone that tells you that's full of shit. And they know it too. Deep down inside. That's a way for fucking losers to blame their fucking troubles on other people. And then they say the same shit about other people. You should be proud to be whoever you are, Anarchy of the West. That's what I'm saying. But being proud of who you are doesn't mean you got to shit on anybody else. Blue Apollo says, no, my family's very open about it. A lot of gays and blacks at family events. Well, that's good. That's good. I came from the time when, I told you before, I used to do shows for free at fundraisers for this organization that collects money and uses it to pay the hospital bills of homosexuals who are attacked. Because it happens. It's not like, it's not a thing. Like, no, it's a thing. It used to be a way bigger thing. That's the other thing, is that crime statistics are the lowest they've been in years and years and years. Trump was just bragging about this the other day. But yet you guys act like, oh, you can't go out. You can't go outside. It's like, on the one hand, he's like, oh, I've made it safer than it's ever been before. And on the other hand, but you still can't go outside because there's immigrants and trans people out there. Antifa terrorists. It's unbelievable. And again, like I said, Blue Apollo. I think, like I said, I personally, I've never understood identity thing at all. I don't get it. Like, just because you're born on this particular piece of dirt, that means you gotta, you gotta be completely loyal to whatever's going on here, no matter how bad it sucks. And if you speak out against it, even though you're supposed to have the freedom to speak out against it, if you use that freedom, you're a communist or a traitor. Which brings us all the way back around to the point I was trying to make earlier, that I didn't finish, as usual, because I got sidetracked. I'm talking about something else, but is that none of these systems work. None of them. And I'm in the mindset, like I said, that we should tear it all down and put it back together, but don't use any of the systems. Take the good parts of all of them, put them all together, and make a new one. Just an idea. It's like universal health care. Is it communist or socialist? I don't care. We should have it. Prison shouldn't be for profit. To tear that down right away. It's like, get rid of it. CEOs shouldn't make 10,000 times what the guy working on the floor makes. There should be a cap, a percentage cap of how much fucking money that the fucking CEO can take out of the company without paying the workers the wages that they need to fucking live. Blue Paul says, my little cousin's dating a black guy. I told her I don't agree with it. I still treat him with respect as I would anyone else. Well, he's got to earn your respect. That's what I'm saying. What's wrong would be to say, fuck that guy, he's a black guy. You know, if personally, any person that would date my little cousin or my little sister, I would be suspect of immediately. And I would tell them, you know, hey, you ought to know this, that if you hurt her in any way, I'll fuck you up. You know, I wish you the best. Whether he's black, white, or Mexican, or whatever. Any guy. Second of all, you go, no, see, I think, John, that's where you lose people in today's culture. You know, if he wants to say, I'm white and I'm proud of it, you know, I don't understand it, but if that's what he needs to make himself feel better, but like I said, if that means I'm white and that means I'm better than other people, now that's when you're a fucking Nazi and an asshole. Yeah, but Blue Paul, that's some stereotypical shit. That's why I said I'd let him fucking give him the rope. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry, that's a bad metaphor. Give him the matches, maybe, you know, maybe he'll burn the house down, or maybe he'll just light a fire and make her warm and comfortable. You know, I mean, you don't know. I think you know the other metaphor that I will not use. John said when Davey came out, it was still considered a crime against nature to be gay. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why he moved to California. Because he couldn't live here in this oppressive environment. And like I said, he knew people. I know he knows people that got beat up and shit. I mean, he never told me any stories of him personally getting beat up or anything, but he knew people that did. And he was like, I moved away. I don't want that shit to happen to me, you know. It was dangerous. John said, it's so bad around here, anybody's got an American flag out, might as well put a Nazi flag out too. Right? It's gotten kind of like that. They got us divided up real good. And the brainwash, like I said, the brainwash is strong because this guy I knew, he was like Blue Power. He was like, God, I think I drank the Kool-Aid. You know, Trump's not what I thought he was. And then, you know, he slid back. And now he's back to trans people are trying. He's all mixed up into Christian nationalism, I think. You know, where they think that that's the same thing, where the Christians act like they're oppressed, even though they have 350,000 churches. There's 3,000 mosques, and they're like, we're oppressed, we're being overrun. It's ridiculous on its face, you know. But the internet, like I said, you can create enough propaganda that you can convince people of these bullshit stories. And they buy into them. And I'll say it again. You are not. Yeah, you dislike Trump because he ain't Nazi enough for you. I know. You about to get some shot gloves. Yeah, you get a kick out of that, won't you? The point is, you don't even understand. I mean, I guess you do. I mean, you actually said that one day that you don't even care if they threw the Constitution in the trash. And maybe you know that you're a fascist, but what you really are is a fascist. No, I'm saying that. Like I said, you come here all the time, and you know, I don't hate you for it. I'm just saying, you can believe what you want to believe, but what you believe is fascism. You don't believe in freedom. But see, on the other hand, you want to wrap it around and act like you love being an American, but you don't. Because if you love being an American, you'd be a rebellious fucking piece, fuck authority, you know, person, like a punk rocker. That's more American than anything. To tell the police to fuck you and not comply. Just comply so they don't beat your ass. Blue Pop says, I'd be okay with you saying that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not saying it as an insult or anything. I'm just saying, let's be honest. And you want to have philosophical discussions, you be honest about what you really believe. Blue Pop says, I'm not going to own it and self-identify as a fascist. He's lukewarm fascist. Just dipping my toes in the fascist tub. Maybe it's a fascist swimming pool. Just kind of soaking my feet, thinking about I might walk around in the shallow end. It's like, I'm not gonna go swimming, Yes, John. And then and like I said, remember they kicked Cleo out. Family, but remember later on they let her back in. I should do the background for the people that are watching because I forget that John's my cousin. But he says my 120-pound black brother-in-law told my 300-pound big brother to go fuck himself. He told my brother, told him that he had killed 27 men in Vietnam and was not impressed. Anyway, so they kicked him out. They kicked Cleo out for being with that black guy. And then after years of exile, like I said, they let him back in. And then what happened? When Grandpa Beatty died, they let him fold the flag and put it on his grave. Because they were both in the military. And black guy who, like I said, they had excommunicated. Well, he had married into the family, but they had excommunicated her and him for years. And then, like I said, what happens? They realized that he was an all right guy. They were wrong. Because why? Because racism is fucking stupid. It's the real point of the story. That's like... Blue Boss says, stop, you're making me laugh. My boss doesn't know this about me. What, that you're a lukewarm fascist? Oh, he's not, don't fire him, he's not full-on fascist. He's like a guy that doesn't know if he's a transvestite or not. He's just trying the dress on. To see how it feels. Johnny's 22. He's a confused young man. I mean, I guess confused young men are a big part of the problem. That is true. There's nowhere for these people. Like I said, do you see these fucking assholes out front of Tate's place doing push-ups and shit? There's something wrong with the culture of this country. I just go right back to what I was saying in the beginning. There's no coming back from this. It's WWE fucking culture. Unless you want to fucking, like I said, fix the broken education system and all that. But see, even the colleges, they're spending all their money buying NIL fucking football players instead of fucking amping up the curriculums that they don't even going to class. Same thing. These colleges are running deficits. You know that? Weren't we talking about that one day, Blue Apollo, maybe? Rutgers University is like, I don't know. It's a lot. I can't remember. It's like $50 million, like, in the hole. Overextended from trying to, like I said, buy their way into NIL and all that shit. And it's like, Blue Apollo says, I'm not very confused. Actually, right now, I know what I want more than I ever had in my entire life. There's time to evolve, but I know what I want. And what's that? I mean, you obviously want to be part of this movement. It's one of your big things you always talk about. See, I'm not a movement guy. That's what I mean. Like, I think all the time, like, how can I get involved in shit? And then it's like, I got to go to these ass-kissing fucking events and fucking, and, hang around. And like, I don't know, I'm not going to do that. When I I have thought about taking this show like out. I mean, and not like setting up on a stage and doing this show from a fucking stage in front of a crowd of people. I mean, like taking microphones and going outside and talking to people. Like I've been thinking for a while about going up to Springfield and talking to the Haitians and shit like that. I just have never done anything like that, so like I don't know how to set up. I don't know if I just drive to town and walk around. I guess, filming the fucking TV show. You want to talk? It's like, who the fuck are you? You never heard of me. I got hundreds of watchers. But to grow this show, I know I have to do something else than just sitting here because, I mean, like I said, it's grown, but it's not growing like I want it to. Blue bosses, I have friends going into young Republicans and college Republicans across different states. It's my turn now to actually start doing something instead of bitching online. Yeah, but what does that mean? Doing what? Like I said, look at where this has gotten us. Is any of this good? John says it's not. You support the same racist ideologies that Trump does. It makes you just as bad as him. And for you to say you're not confused means that you're doing this intentionally. Yeah, but see, the day he was giving his black coworkers rides home from work and shit. So he's not as racist as he... I said, I think that these kids have grown up on the internet and they, like I said, their brains are stewed in all this shit. And plus, like I said, it's the identity politics. That's what I mean. It's like identity is just as bad as religion, really. It's just dividing people up into groups. That was my point about what I was talking about the festival. It's like, I've always been able to walk outside, right? And well, he he kind of is. But what did he say that was wrong? Blue Ball says your generation is out the door anyways. So I already went. I know, but I don't understand what you guys think you're going to make. Some white utopia. Like I said, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's not happening. Skyfall says, my sister keeps burping the alphabet in my room. I put her on America's Got Talent. You know they got a show for that now. They got a show for everything. One time I saw that, I never watched that show, but like people that watch it, or maybe sometimes you're like stuck at an airport or a bar, and they'll have shit like that on the TV, so you're watching shit that you would never normally watch, right? And I'm watching America's Got Talent. There was this fucking... who do you hate, Skyfall? Oh, your sister. Anyway, there was this family on America's Got Talent. And they were all on unicycles that were at different heights. And they were doing like coordinated shit, and I was, the only thing I could think of is, man, where did they come from? Like, they got to practice somewhere. Like, can you imagine being their neighbors? And every day you watch a TV or something, and you just see him, the guy that's on the tallest one, just like going by your window, going back and forth. They're all out there practicing their unicycles. To me, that would be crazy. Yeah, we're practicing for America's Got Talent. This is a brain dead. Like I said, that's my point, is we're not coming back from this because it's not like people coming up underneath of us are fucking smarter. They're not. None of these younger people are as smart as they think they are. That's why they're building AIs that get out and shit. And they're smart enough to make shit. not smart enough to control what they make or think about the consequences that could happen because they're all momentary, fucking impulsive because they've grown up with technology. Thank you, Skyfall. Appreciate that. I gotta get out of here. I'm already 20 minutes over. And see, you guys have been fun today. Lately, I said I only keep these shows an hour. I don't want to do like 3-hour Joe Rogan shows. To me, that's too much. Skyfall says I should audition for the role of a crazy scientist. If you know someone's making a movie, or you know somebody that wants some voice acting done, like they're making a cartoon, they need a wacky. I would love to do. That's my dream job is to get like Cartoon Network or something and do voices on those cartoons. Be much better than what I'm doing now. I haven't ever figured out how to get into that business. But anyway, if you just stumbled upon me today like Skyfalls, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. You want to send me a private message? It's Bruce Leonard Leans Left at Outlook.com. If you want to sponsor the show, I don't ask for money. But if you want to give me some, I'll take it. I have a Patreon, it's Bruce Leonard Comedy. My comedy album, Cancel Cultured, it's called, is available for free to listen to on the homepage of the YouTube channel. And you are correct, John. The world has changed for the better. Or the world has changed forever and not for the better. Thank you, Skyfall. I appreciate that. Oh, and if you're watching, please listen. YouTube changed the rules, right? And at the first of the year, you got to have 8,000 watch hours to get into the monetization program. Right now, it's only 3,000, and I'm halfway there. So if you want to help me, you don't have to give me no money. Go back, watch an episode or two, run it for the whole time so I get an hour. It's like I need 3,000 hours by the end of the year, and I could get grandfathered in to the monetization program. Thank you, Skyfalls. I appreciate that. John says Blue Apollo Generation supports AI, supports Trump, supports all the evil in the world. Yeah, I don't know how he feels about the AI. And like I said before, I don't think he's a bad kid. I think he's grown up in this soup. It's a toxic soup that we put these kids in. And, it's really, and like I said before, I was talking to these people. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. She was okay. I've been going to see her every day now when I get off work, and she'd be okay. And she's going to a rehab place that's a half a mile away from the house. Whenever they let her out of the hospital, so she'll be close by at least, and I'll be able to see her every single day. So that's good. John says I'm only qualified as a role as the axe murderer. Right? Blue Paw says, my bad, my boss came in, I had to get back to work. But no, John, I try to be the best person I can every day. I said that. I hope that you caught that part where I was defending you, where I said, I think that you're a good kid. I don't think that you are. I think that you just grown up in this toxic soup, like I said, and it is toxic. It's toxic about women. Like today, like Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh. There hasn't been a movie to come out yet for him to shit on, so he's gotten away from the movies and gone back to being regular old douchebag Matt Walsh. But he said, feminism is the worst thing to ever happen to Western civilization. You cannot name a movement that has exacted a greater death toll or had a more widespread and poisonous effect on the family, the institution of marriage, and the soul. You're like, damn, that's a guy who still hates his first girlfriend. She broke his heart. He never got over it. Or a guy who can't get laid at all. And like I say, I'd like to reiterate the point that I was making earlier about. I'm not saying it. You can be white and be proud of it. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. People are like, I'm Irish, yeah, fuck yeah, or whatever. It's like that's fine. It's when it's any people. When any person says, I am what I am, and I'm proud of it, and we're better than everyone else, that is when it becomes a problem. I'm not wrong being white and being proud to be white. But when you think that because you're white, you're better than other people, now you're an asshole. Same as blacks or Mexicans or anybody else. John says, sorry, dude, not convinced. Well, I spent a lot of time talking to him about it. I said, I don't think he's such a bad guy. Blue Pop says, thank you for the kind words. No matter our differences, these conversations are the best ones to be had. I said that before. That's the problem, is we don't talk to each other anymore, and I think that we should try to. It's better than the alternative, like I said. I don't know if we can avoid the alternative, to tell you the truth, at this point, at a certain point. It all depends, you know. We're going to find out in November what's really going on, because I said if Trump really starts trying to fuck with the election, now you got a serious problem, you know. John says, sounds like Matt's not getting laid. No, that's what I just said. Or he got laid once in college, and she broke his heart, and he fucking... he hates women forever. Well, you can be that way, John, but I said, you can also give him the opportunity to try to redeem himself. The fact that he comes here and talks to us at all, I have great respect for that, I will say. Because he doesn't have to. He could just stay in his Nick Fuentes bubble and only listen to those people. You know, at least he's open to listening to my side of the story. And as you find, that we have lots of points of agreement. That's what I'm saying is, I said this before, I think, it's like anybody, even someone you think that you hate their fucking guts, if you sit down and you start talking to him, like what happened when what's his name, Hunter Biden went on Candace Owens show, and by the end of it, she was like, I'm sorry, you're not a bad guy. It's like, I shit all over you, and I didn't even know you. But that's what the right-wing people do. They like to talk a lot about shit they don't know about. It's like... The new thing now is this woman that killed her kids. All the right wingers are arguing like, she just killed her kids, and these people try to make excuses, and the other people are like, oh, they're trying to make excuses, or they're like talking about postpartum depression and how no one really talks about it. And that's what I think it's more about for them, is turning it into an issue where they will talk about postpartum depression, you know, bringing into the discussion. John says, if you're really proud of who you are, you don't really need to go tell everybody. Pride is a state of mind, not an expression. I agree with that too. You know, I never understood it. I don't understand a lot of things that people do. That's what I mean. It's like the human... I've always, I guess because I was a only child and a latchkey kid, spent a lot of time alone, I've always felt like just an observer a lot of times of life and not really a part of it. I definitely don't need to be a part of big, giant groups. John says she was probably trans too. Matt Walsh's girlfriend. That's why he hates them both. It's like, hate women and trans. Why? Because my trans college girlfriend broke my heart. That's funny. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Again, if you just stumbled upon this show, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. Want to send me a private messages, Bruce Leonard Leans Left at Outlook.com. I also have a Substack, Bruce Leonard. I've actually been writing in it lately. Every time I write something, I'm terrified that Daniele's going to read it and think that it's fucking trite garbage, you know, because he's a history professor and a writer. He's my good friend. So whenever I'm writing, I have like the fear of God in me. I'm like, man, this better be. Hope that Daniele doesn't read this and think it sounds like some high school kid's notebook. Get a high bar to live up to. Anyway, I said I have a Patreon at Bruce Leonard Comedy. If you want to sponsor the show, you can. I don't ask for money, and I never beg for money, and everything is free. But if you wanted to sponsor the show, it would be helpful. Especially in today's economy. Which is why I know no one's going to give me any money. It's Trump economy. Anyway, I love each and every one of you that hangs out, you in Blue Apollo, especially. And you too, John. And like I said, it's okay for you to not agree. I said, I don't think, I wouldn't call him a fucking Nazi. He's not. I said, he's that guy we said earlier, he's a lukewarm fascist. He's just trying it on. Like I said, like a transvestite. Just try it on the dress for the first time. Just see how it feels. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. He'll figure it out. Anyway, go out today. Enjoy your weekend, but be safe. And if you love someone, tell them you love them. It's important. And I'll be back Monday at 6 p.m. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Good night.
I guarantee I'd be the first to be standing there bathed in that light. Until that day I'll keep my eyes shut tight. I do not want to pick a fight. I feel more